Hi everyone, and welcome back to Sailing Whitehawk. In the last episode we ended up at Curu Island, one of the southernmost Whitsunday islands, where we spent a few days waiting for a weather window. From there we headed to Brampton Island, onto Mackay, Curlew Island and Middle Percy Island. We upgraded our solar panels at Mackay and got a new high-fuel dinghy, both of which have made life a lot easier. Middle Percy has been something I've wanted to do for a long time. It is a bit of a sailor's mecca, so of course we had to go. Trev had visited many moons ago, but was keen to revisit. It lies about 59 nautical miles off the coast, so we broke the trip up at Curlew Island. After Percy, we headed down to Pearl Bay and on to Yeppoon.
So that's Curu Island behind us, where we spent the last few days. We're just heading off towards Brampton Island. Very dull and leaden skies, but conditions are not too bad. It's about a 4.5 hour trip up to Brampton. I think we're going to get wet before the day's out. Yes, looking very grim. Looks like we're going to get very, very wet in a minute, so I'm going to go inside and keep an eye on the nav on my tablet just for a little bit.
So this is Brampton Island Resort. There's a caretaker here. You might see him burning off there, but it's derelict, which is such a shame because it's so beautiful here. Really, probably one of the nicest we've seen. Used to be an old pool. It's all not going anymore, but it's so pretty. You get that real tropical island feel here. But unfortunately, all gone. There's Whitehawk out there. Really pretty all the way around. Overcast today, but still lovely. Mackay Marina was a beautiful place. We really loved it. Very well protected behind a huge break wall. The staff were great. The only problem we had was these walkways. When the tide was low, it was a bit of an effort getting up and down to the boat. We were in a position to replace our solar panels while we were there. The other ones weren't cutting it, so I'm very happy to upgrade to these ones. And we got our new high-fuel dinghy, which replaced our old polycraft, which is very heavy for us to pull up and down on the davits. So we decided to go with something a bit new, sold the polycraft, and it looks really great on the back of the boat and is doing a good job. One of the more decadent things I managed to do was cook these beautiful cinnamon scrolls. Our friends on Kokomo 1, a beautiful Perry 43 cat, Ray and Sarah, invited me over, and Sarah showed me how to make these. I haven't made them again, but as you can probably guess why. While in Mackay, we were able to hire a rent-a-wreck car from the Mackay Marina and went up to Youngala in the Mackay hinterland. We have been here before, but it is always worth a second look. The views are stunning, the forests are lovely, and it's just a great place to visit if you ever get the chance while you're in Mackay. We left Mackay Marina this morning, which was a lovely place. Got a lot of stuff done there. Got our new dinghy, which is there, our new solar panels, which is there. And we have arrived at this beautiful bay called Curlew Island. And it is stunning. Beautiful beach. And going to be here for tonight, unfortunately. I'll have to stay a bit longer, but the weather's closing in a bit at the end of next week, and we want to get out to Percy Island tomorrow. And we are going to catch up with our friends over there in Real Serene, which is a 45-foot leopard. Very nice, thank you. We've had a good day, haven't we?
We have had a good day.
Beautiful. Big wide beach. Pretty white for Queensland, I have to say. Very nice. Tide's going out. The kids just sorting out the new anchor. And a stunning rock formation here. Very impressive for an island. Just lovely. Pity we can't stay longer. Beautiful place. Well, that was a quick tour because the sandflies are out in force and we don't have any protection on. So we're going to head back to the boat and then go and have a beer with our friends. Not a bad way to spend the afternoon. Saying goodbye to Curlew Bay. Absolutely stunning. We had a bit of a light northerly last night, so it was a little bit choppy, but on a sou'easter this would be magnificent. Very pretty. Brown algae in the water everywhere. Not sure what it is, but
Did you release the holding tank?
Trev just asked if I released the holding tank, but it's really thick, and in other parts not so, but I'm not sure what it is. Just must be an algae this time of year, but you can see it's pretty bulky. Had an amazing trip out here. It's now gone to glass off, but we don't mind. And it's Percy straight ahead of us. I'm just deciding which bay to go to because we've got a northerly tonight, and there's apparently a really lovely northerly bay, but the iconic A-frame is more of a south-west bay, so just making up our minds which to do first. But we've had a beautiful trip. Couldn't have been more perfect. Maybe a little bit more breeze to sail out here, but Trev's just said it's going to be the same both nights. We're going to have northerly both nights, so we'll see. We'll see what we do.
That's a little one.
Yeah, yeah.
You might have to be the gaff lady.
Do you want me to get the gaff?
Yeah. Oh, you're filming.
Yeah. It's our first fish.
Let's see what it is. It might be a second release. I was just thinking I should have got the hook remover out before we put the line out.
Do you want me to get the hook remover?
Well, they're all in the bag.
That's alright, I can get that.
With you.
So we're arriving at Middle Percy Island. That's South Percy, and yes, that's North Percy up there. And coming into West Bay, and be here for tonight we've decided. Very pretty. There's an A-frame house here that all the cruisers put a souvenir of their boat in there, and it's just famous for that in the cruising community. So we're going to go and have a look at that. And it is really spectacularly pretty, and looking forward to it. Oh, and our mackerel. We caught a spotted mackerel. So we'll have that too. Percy Island Yacht Club. And the upstairs is falling apart, but the downstairs is still alright. And you can see that people have just put all their signs. We have no memorabilia to put up here, but there is some from the previous owner apparently. That's the top floor up there, but it's pretty rotten up there. They sell honey in here, made on the island. And I found this the other day, and this will be very special for my family, as I read this at my father's funeral. And had a bit of a tear in my eye, I have to say, to find it here. But it makes sense, doesn't it?
Another big boat coming in?
No, he was out there.
Oh,
Yeah. Tree house here. I don't think there's anyone in there at the moment. I'm not even sure if you're allowed in there, but nice little view out there, out that way. I could take that. This is the lagoon at Percy Island. So coming from the anchorage where we've laid anchor, and then drive through a little channel just back there, and you've got this little lagoon which you can anchor in, as Trevor did years ago. Explain that.
yes, we did years ago.
He's very helpful. But he and Mario came in here and they had their boat anchored in here, and then when it dried out they went on the bottom, and when it became high tide again they went out. It's very cute. You can see a boat way up the end there, tethered up. But it's very clear water. I don't know if you're going to get a sense of it, but beautifully clear. So this is the passage that we went through yesterday on our dinghy into that little lagoon behind the rocks here. Low tide, obviously. Huge tide changes, which makes navigation possible or impossible. Yeah, so quite a difference. Here is Whites Bay, appropriately named. The lovely white beaches and the sand dunes. It's a bit like Parker Point. So we're going to hole up in here for tonight. See how that goes. Not many boats there, which is good. And our friends from Real Serene are behind us, and they're going to follow us in. So hopefully have a lovely night here. We're heading off from Whites Bay this morning, but we thought we'd take the dinghy in and have a nice beach walk before we go. It's just beautiful, and really pretty anchorage. We had a stunning night, calm as, good sleeping, and ready to go to Hunter Island. Hunter Island for our overnight. That's little Marble Island there. This is the Digby group of islands, isn't it?
Hmm?
This is all the Digby Islands, isn't it?
Duke Island.
Oh, Duke Islands. Silly me, Duke Islands. And we're going around the back of Hunter, which is straight in front of us. It's on a northeaster tonight, and nice protection around the back. It's so pretty around here. The water's beautiful. Had a lovely sail today. Oops. Had the heady and the main up, it went for a blat. It was really lovely. Nice to have the engines on. We'll be going through the Lola Mantis Passage, so we're under motor just for this little bit. Here we are at Pearl Bay. Pearl Bay is a mainland bay. Just north of Yeppoon, and it's so beautiful. In the guidebooks it's one of the highest rated bays. You can see why. It's got all those lovely islands off there, and a beautiful lovely long white beach. So we're just having a walk this morning. It was a bit of a rocky night last night because we had a northerly and a southerly anchor, so got a bit of rock and roll, but in the right direction at the moment. Hopefully we'll stay like that. It's going to blow up tomorrow, but we'll be pretty good here if it stays a southerly. And just going for a walk. They were famous last words because unfortunately the weather turned northerly and the weather wasn't kind. We had a very rocky anchorage for a number of nights and days, and it was just an unpleasant stop. It was too rough really to move out, and we just had to tough it out till the weather calmed down a bit, which it did eventually, and we headed over to Yeppoon. From Yeppoon we headed out to Great Keppel Island, one of the nicest places we have ever been, and we'll see that in the next episode. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. From Yeppoon we headed out to Great Keppel Island, one of the nicest places we have ever been, and we'll see that in the next episode. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.